times have you been doing some kind of work online and suddenly you find your browser going really slowly? Or ads start popping up everywhere, or you want to sign into an account, but you can't remember your password or where you wrote it down, so you've got to stop everything you're doing to go search for it. Or maybe you accidentally close your browser window and lose all of the tabs you were just working on. Any one of these things can make you want to chuck your computer out the window. But before you do that, unless you can totally afford a brand new computer, no problem, join me today for the next episode of the BizMagic podcast, where I'll be sharing my 6 favorite Chrome browser extensions that help you deal with everything I just described. Welcome to the next episode of the BizMagic podcast, sharing expertise in solopreneur journeys to help business owners find the magic in their businesses by being more productive, focused, and successful. I am Patty Meyer, the founder of BizMagic, where I help entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, and small business owners clear their plate so they can get back to doing what they love, running their business. Now, when we talk about Chrome browser extensions, the reality is there are endless options available. But in the interest of time and helping you out, I'm just going to be talking about a few of the ones I use on a regular basis that tend to help me be more efficient in my work the most. And what's even better, all of the extensions I'm going to share with you today are free. As any entrepreneur knows, anything that can save you the smallest amount of time each day can drastically add up and save you loads of time overall. And that is so important when you are responsible for everything running smoothly and successfully in your business. But what if you don't use Google Chrome web browser? That's totally fine. Many of these extensions or ones just like them are typically available for whatever web browser you use. So just stick around and maybe you'll get some new ideas to save you time and make you more productive. As a quick preview, here are my 6 favorite extensions. The Great Suspender, Toby, Font Face Ninja, LastPass, AdBlock Plus, and AdBlock for YouTube. Want to dive deeper? Me too. So first off, we have the Great Suspender. Now, this is a really great tool in the Chrome browser that allows you to save processing space and energy when using the internet. Sometimes, if you have a lot of windows open all at once, your browser can tend to slow down, and the window you're in starts dragging. It gets to be a little bit much, right? So the Great Suspender is really awesome because it automatically shuts down tabs that you have open that you're not using. You can set up how long you want it to take before they shut down. Mine typically go down at about an hour, but you can set it to be 10 minutes, 15 minutes, whatever you like. Essentially, it means your tabs go to sleep. All processes and any tabs you are not using stop, so the only tabs that stay active and taking up your computer's juice are the ones that you're using. When you're ready to start using one of the tabs again that you put to sleep, you can just go back to it, click anywhere on the page, and it'll start back up. Another great option with it is that you can choose to shut down all tabs at once. So if you know you're not going to use a bunch of tabs that you have open for a bit, you can just put them all to sleep and then wake them back up when you're ready. And then this kind of leads me into number 2, which is Toby. Toby is another really great extension that helps with that kind of problem as well. With Toby, if you're working in a bunch of different tabs and you need to work on something else or change gears, you can actually save all of your tabs and then close them all at once, saving your session in Toby. Then when you're ready to resume your session, be it in a few days, a few hours, a few weeks, a few months, you can open Toby and relaunch all of your tabs, bringing you back to right where you left off. This is important because, like the Great Suspender, it can help keep your computer from slowing down and from trying to process too many things at once. Even better, you can open Toby back up and name any of the sessions that you saved, like printer research, so you can easily find that session again in the future. Additionally, you can share your saved sessions with other people. So if you're working with multiple people on a project and you did a portion of the research for it, you can simply share that session with your team and they can just as easily open all the tabs in your saved session up as if they had saved them themselves. I love, love, love Toby. So next up is Font Face Ninja. This is a really cool extension that I use all the time because I do design work for a lot of my clients. So if you're working in, say, Canva or some more simplistic design program that lets you make your own content, Font Face Ninja lets you figure out what font you're seeing on any web page so you can utilize the same font on whatever design platforms you're using. Don't know what Canva is or need some Canva help? See my previous podcast, Canva tutorial. I'll put the link below. Okay, how many times have you been on somebody's website and you've gone, I love that font. I want to know what it is. I know I'm not the only nerd out here that does that. In that case, you'll love this extension. It's super simple to use. You just click on the extension and then you roll over exactly where on the web page you see the font you like, and it tells you what the font is. So then you can go and hunt down the font and download it for yourself, or at the very least know what to look for if you're using a program that already has the font in it. The next Chrome browser extension is something I use every day, all day. It's called LastPass. We all know the importance of online security. And we all know each of our accounts are supposed to have different passwords. How many of us actually do that? And for those of us that do, how do you remember all of those different passwords without constantly having them written down and around you at all times? That's where LastPass comes in. It's a web tool that is sort of like a vault for your passwords. You can put all of your passwords and your usernames into LastPass for storage, and you can also have it automatically generate passwords for you so each one is unique and complex. Then when you go to a website that LastPass has the information for stored, it automatically fills in the login credentials for you. No need to remember anything or have a notebook sitting right there next to you. And you don't necessarily have to go in and enter the information. When you create an account somewhere or log into an existing one after you install the LastPass extension, LastPass will automatically ask if you want it to update or store your information. Another really cool feature of LastPass that I use with several of my clients is that you can share your login credentials with someone else without them actually seeing your password. So that means in my case, a client can share their login credentials with me via LastPass for, like, say, their Facebook page. And when I go to Facebook, I can have the LastPass extension automatically fill in the client's information and I never see their password. So it's a really safe way to get help from other people without having to give them your password or worry about changing it after you're done working with them. Okay, moving on. The last two are somewhat related and are both non-negotiables for me. The first is AdBlock Plus. We know how many ads are in everything everywhere. So while AdBlock Plus doesn't get rid of all of the ads all over the internet, for example, you'll still see ads on Facebook, of course, it does do a pretty fair amount of blocking. And after you start using it, you won't even realize how many ads it blocks until you turn it off. And then you're like, whoa. So it's really awesome. And you don't have to do anything after you install it. It runs in the background and alerts you if something needs your attention and doesn't slow down your computer. Now, some sites won't let you see their content unless you turn it off. So that's pretty easy. You just click on it and then whitelist that site. And there you go. Now, the very final Chrome extension I'm going to talk about today is also an ad blocker, but one exclusively for YouTube. It's called AdBlock for YouTube. Just like the other ad blocker, you install it once and it runs in the background. And what does it do? It literally blocks all ads on YouTube videos. So you know when you start a video and it says, you can skip this ad in 3 seconds, or your video will play after this ad. Yeah, that's not a thing anymore when you use AdBlock for YouTube. You click on a video and it just plays. Period. Game changer. And that's it. Those are my 6 favorite Chrome extensions. And now I want to hear from you. What are your favorite browser extensions that you use on a daily basis to up your productivity? Share with us in the comments, whatever your web browser is. And you can always email me at questions@bizmagic.co. If you have any topics or questions that you would like to see me talk about in a future episode of the podcast, please head over to bizmagicpodcast.com and click on Ask a Question. If you'd like to be a guest on the show and share an area of expertise or talk about your solopreneur journeys and all its ups, downs, and sideways, you can also do that in the same place by clicking on Be a Guest. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you found some value and are already installing some new extensions to get your browser moving more quickly, your design skills kicking up a notch, and your browsing with less interruptions. If you like what you saw here today, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Then join me next time when I show you some of my favorite places to get free, royalty-free images to use anywhere you'd like. You don't want to miss it. Till then, keep the magic in your biz.